Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. Today, I would like to share with you about spiritual awakening, how it was for me, and what happened next, what I did. Did I move forward when it happened, or I just stopped? Because I can say it's a little bit scary. And spiritual awakening is not just about, discover things, discover the truth that is just love and everything is okay. There is battle, spiritual battle, and you need to know about it. So I will share with you a little bit about that. Today, the video will be a little bit longer, so please bear with me as I share this with you. My first spiritual awakening, I believe in previous video, I mentioned a certain period and certain time, but I realized there is a big moment that for some reason, I don't know, I forgot, or maybe I didn't think it was a spiritual awakening, something like that. So I would like to share with you because at that time, it was actually a battle for me. I had my spiritual awakening really at a young age. Like I would say around 8, when I was 8 years old. As I remember myself, because I know my mom told me that when I was 3 years old, I used to sit, cross, my legs cross, and I was sitting there for hours, not doing anything, not just contemplating. So I guess I was meditating, and my grandfather called me actually Little Buddha because it was like my favorite time. But I have to say today, meditating is not the same. It's not the same way than when I was 3 years old. I think it was a little bit hard. But yeah, it was at 8 years old when I was able to actually see through people. And I believe I mentioned that in a previous video. And when I was 16, that's when actually I realized that people were not seeing what I was seeing, and that when I knew that I was different. But what happened is we moved far away from the school that I was going to, and I didn't want to go to a new school. So I decided to stay at school, sleep actually at school. I believe we call it border school. So I was going to school Monday to Friday, and I was going back home for the weekend. And the room that I had, because they renovate everything, and one time I just went back, from school. We were able to go to our room to change before, just take a break. Sorry. And I entered the room and I felt something. And, I'm the kind of person, I know every time I enter in a room, I check my surrounding to see if anything changed. That is a habit that I have since a long time ago. So when I went to the room, I felt like something was not quite right. I saw everything in my room was upside down, and my garbage, my canned garbage, wasn't empty. So I asked around if the person who are cleaning our room cleaned that day, and other people were saying yes. But in my room, it wasn't the case. So I saw everything was upside down, and I always had a cross wherever I was when I wasn't at home. And my cross was returned on the table. So I realized something was wrong. I didn't pay attention. Well, it's not that I didn't pay attention. I just say, okay, let's see what it is. So I just, change, and went downstairs, meet my friends, and so on. The second day, it happened again. Then I say, okay, this is not right. So I start to pray. I pray, and I wanted to line up incense, but since we were at several rooms and at the same floor, and we have like alarm, I couldn't actually do it. So I was like trying to do it, open the windows, but I needed to do something because I knew there was someone, an entity in my room. So the third day, it happened like almost the whole week I was there. The third day, it happened again. So I went downstairs to talk to my friends, and don't forget, at that age, not everyone knew about the gift that I had. Just my mom, my sister, and at school, just kind of, but not everyone. I was just like pretending few things. And I went downstairs. I talked to my friend, and I shared with them what was going on in my room, but not really telling them what I felt. And then they told me that because there was a renovation, my girlfriends were already there like a few years, the previous year and the year before. And they used to play, it called spiritism. It's like that kind of plate where you turn it and you ask question and it's answering or something. I don't know exactly what it is because I never did it and I don't wanna know. They used to do it in their room. And the room where I was, it was actually for some reason connected. It was the place where they used to do it. So I was like, oh God. And I keep praying. And I think that on Thursday, like before I went back home, I felt a presence in my room, someone sitting on my bed, like on my feet side, but I wasn't afraid. I felt presence. I wasn't afraid. And I felt the energy of my grandfather on my dad's side, who passed away a long time ago. And he was there, and I felt in peace. After that, I never felt that bad energy anymore. My room wasn't upside down anymore. My cross was on return on my table, and everything went to normal. So my message here for you is when you try, I'm curious. I'm a kind of person who are curious to know. But when you are curious about something that you don't know, try to make a lot of search, try to find out what it is, what could be the consequence, because you don't know what can happen to you. And it's good because I'm not the kind of person who are afraid of, spirit or what can be on the other side. But for people who are vulnerable, who don't know exactly what's going on, it can be terrible. So that was I would say probably my first attack that I can remember. The following year, I was spending time with my girlfriend, the one actually, because the one I was with at the border school. So sometimes I go to her place and, just to hang out. And one night I couldn't sleep. One night I had someone like, how do you say that? Flagellating my legs and, just like, just keep, how do you say that? They keep hitting me. And he was talking to me and he was saying, that he was the three times six number. And I felt my legs was burning because he was keep hitting me and he was keeping telling me that, I wasn't going anywhere. He won't let me do, success or whatever. At that time, I think, 17, 18 years old. So it was the whole night. It was like that. Just keep, hitting me and hitting me. And the next morning, I had to touch my legs because I felt it was so hot. It was burning. And I went home. I didn't share this information with my friends. I shared with her like a few years later. And she told me, why didn't you say anything? And I didn't know how to begin to share what I was feeling because I didn't know. But all this is because she was part of the spiritism that she did, with her friends. So the entity was attached to her because it happened only on that time. So that was my second attack. After that, I didn't want to know anything about, spiritual. Not that I didn't want to know, but I didn't want to make my own research. I didn't want to try like I'm doing right now because it was a little bit too much for me because I told myself, if everything spiritual is negative, I don't want to know. I don't want to be there. So I decided for the next 2 years, I didn't really bother to know or to make research or anything. That was in Belgium. Then after that, when I was in Canada, I had an apartment with my sister. And every time we go outside, we come in, the TV was on. We knew the things in the house was disappearing. My sister, she's the kind of person who's afraid of all of this. So she was, okay, we're going to talk to the landlord and say that, someone is coming in the house. And I knew he wasn't a physical person. I knew he was an entity. And I told her, even if we call him, there is no one. How are you going to explain that there is someone who's coming and steal a few things in the house? The TV is on. And so we pray, we light an incense, and after that it was gone. And I have to say, from that time until today, I haven't stopped actually see, feel things, and I knew that there is nothing I can change about it because that was the way I was. Because from that moment up to now, my gifts keep increasing. So it was like I was able to see. I was dreaming about something. When I wake up, I had a phone call saying exactly what I was dreaming. So I just accept that I was like that. And but it's a lonely place. I have to say it's a lonely place because I didn't share with anyone. The only people who knew about what I was, who I was actually, is my mom, my sister, and my friend, the one that, I share with her what happened at her house. So it's not even 5 people. So up to now, it's only, I would say, for the past maybe 3, 4 years that, I can share with people, and I find people who have the same gift than me, and we share, we exchange experience, and that's really great. That's really great. But my advice on that spiritual journey is that be careful of what you actually looking for. Not every door is to be open, because once you open it, you don't know what might happen. So it's better to have someone who are either coaching you, informing you, or have a knowledge about it, because what for me, when things happen, I pray. I have faith. I pray. I have a way to block myself from not receiving the bad energy. So I do that. I pray. I burn incense. I candle. I talk aloud. That's something you can do as well. Is that when something I know is strange, I start talking out loud, asking my ancestor to protect me, asking God to protect me. And I call everyone, God, ancestor, archangel, everyone. And I do that, like I would say, for 30 minutes. And to clean the house, to clean my energy field, that no one can enter, no one can go through that. So I have that, like I'm barricaded myself. And I've been doing that for, like since I was a child. I don't know when I was a child, I didn't know that how I was doing it. And you will see some people will tell you, especially at this moment, as we are at a spiritual war, you will see people will tell you maybe, oh, you have a good energy, you have a good light. Some people, it's really, they really mean it, but you will feel if you go with your intuition, you will feel if the person is right or not. And I've been using my intuition since I was a child. I don't even know how to live without it, because all direction I've been taking in my life, I've been just following my intuition, because for some reason I feel deep down inside that is right. Sometimes I cannot explain why, but I just know it is. And it's important for you to follow your intuition, to develop. Actually, you need to develop that um, ability, so you know how to recognize. How to recognize it, and that's the reason why on my website I offer a 12 weeks intuition development, because I know how important it is. I know how important it is, because that's your guide. That's what tells you the right things to do. Or, like my friend who used to do the spiritism, if she follow her intuition, maybe she will say, okay, it's good, but there is bad consequence with that practice. And I know a few letters later, there is a good friend of mine want to introduce me to a friend of, because she told me, actually, sorry, she told me that the guy she met came to her house in the night, and he told her, how she was dressed and so on, but it was not physical. It was really, he just went like a teleportation, or I don't know how he called it, because for me, he didn't ask permission to go. And since she was always talking about me, he asked to meet me. And when she told me about him, already I feel bad energy. I didn't, but I said, I need to go, because I need to protect my friend. So I need to go and see who is he. And I went, we met, and I felt the trick that he was trying to go in me, inside me. And he was trying and he was trying, and I could feel it. And after that, we went. He want to give me a gift. I believe he want to give me a gift. I didn't take it. I didn't want it. And when we left, he talked to my friend. I was waiting outside, and we talked to say goodbye. And he told her, I don't know who your friend is, but I try. I try so hard to get into her, and I wasn't able to do it. So basically that was his focus. And I really protect myself. I don't know exactly how I did it, because I think it's really, I do it it's an automatism that I created. Maybe my memories is coming back when I feel in danger. But I really like blocked everything. And he felt it because he told my friends. And I told my friend, I say, you know what? I think you need to cut loose with this relationship because it's not worth it and it's bad. It's not going end well for you. So you better cut the relationship. So she ended the relationship with the guy, and they were not like in love, but just friendship. But for me, if he was able to go to her place without her permission, I have a problem with that. So that's what I wanted to share with you, is just be careful with what is around you. Be careful with the people in front of you that may be trying to manipulate you. And you have your intuition. You have no idea how your intuition is really strong, and you need to develop it. You have it already in you. So when you look at someone, you can know if you can trust the person. You can know if the person just want to manipulate you, or just, just be around. And because sometimes some people can be around you, and that's okay, as long as they don't hurt you. And yeah, so that's what I wanted to share with you, because spiritual awakening is wonderful, but there is battle. So you need to be ready, and you need to know how to fight. You need to know how to protect yourself. And it is important during that time to ground it, to meditate, to be, just by yourself, just, try to be, how can I say that? Try to find the time to be with yourself, because that's when you can get some message. And protect yourself at all time, because you don't know, every time you go outside and so on. And burn some sage. I just burned some sage before, to do this video, because of the subject, because of everything. So I need to make sure that I'm surrounded by light, protection, divine. And it's like a daily protection that you do for yourself. And the more you do it, the more you will see some difference, because at the same time, you receive some messages for your day, and it's just wonderful. And don't be afraid. My advice to you, when you feel that someone is attacking you, maybe not someone, but some energy, don't be afraid, because it's when you are afraid that that energy is actually feeding himself. It's feeding himself through your fear. So when you have that, and I think my next video will be about how to protect yourself, and I will mention that. But don't be afraid to talk out loud. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Your ancestor, your guide, the archangel, the divine, when you do that, it's so powerful. It's so powerful, you have no idea. So do that. So that's really what I wanted to share with you today. And if you really like the content, or if you know someone who's going through this battle or a spiritual awakening, share the video and subscribe, so you won't miss the next video that I will put out there. And know that when you are in your spiritual journey, your spiritual awakening, yes, you might feel alone, like I did. I was alone for a long time. But did it bother me? I don't think so, because I was still able to be myself around my friends, and I was acting, I would say, half of my potential, but they knew that I was different, because I'm the kind of person, if I don't feel something is right for me, if it doesn't resonate with me, I don't do it. Even if I need to sacrifice the what I will gain or anything, I prefer not to do something that it doesn't resonate with me. That's how I am. And that was a problem when I was a child, because people were saying that I was stubborn. But if I don't feel it's right for me, I don't do it. And sometimes I cannot explain why I feel that way. It's just my higher self talking to me. So I'm not doing it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learn something through this video for your spiritual journey. And share in the comment if you went through something similar, or if if you had a battle, a spiritual battle, how did you actually get out of it? What did you do? It can help people who are at the same boat than you. And I know it's not easy, but it's what it is for now. And yes, we are all talking about, the new world where there will be peace, no anger, and that's wonderful. But it's not now. It might take a few years. But at the meantime, you need to protect yourself now. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching my video, and please do comment below this video. I would like to know about your journey. I would like to know about you. How did you went through? How did you get out? Did you stay in your spiritual awakening, or because of it you decide to forget about everything? Because that can be a trigger as well, because when it's hard, when you feel attacked all the time, you just want to close up, close everything. But at the same time, we are a spiritual being. So we cannot avoid who we are. We cannot pretend to be someone else, not feeling, not seeing behind the physical that we are seeing, the energy that we are seeing. We cannot pretend, because I try. I tried to do that because it was hard for 2 years. Then, boom, come back, dreaming, feeling. See, it was like coming in force. So I accept it. And do I regret? No. I really love who I am. I really love the fact that I can really feel and see who is in front of me, or be able to follow my intuition, because sometimes I don't know why I need to go on the right side, but if my intuition say go right, usually later on, I was like, oh, I did a good things following my intuition, because wow. So yes, I don't see myself living differently today. And when you cannot, when you learn, you see, you cannot undo everything or pretend like you didn't see, you didn't learn. It doesn't work that way. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, I wish you a wonderful day, wonderful evening, and stay blessed. Stay blessed. Protect yourself at all time.